that I don't think a Democrat out there in the world thinks that the guy from Maryland who is an illegal that was part of MS-13 was deported because he's an illegal and part of MS-13. I'm starting to think that Democrats everywhere think he's an American citizen and that Trump administration just accidentally deported him. Every single one of their comments cannot tell me otherwise.
Hoax, the Covington smear, and now what's being called the Maryland man hoax, where an MS-13 gang member adjudicated by two different judges, I believe, is just simply being referred to as a Maryland man over and over again.
Is he not a Maryland man? What? I'll have you believe, sir, he's actually not from Maryland. He's from D.C. Like, is that what Beanie Boy's saying? He is not a man. He's not a man from Maryland. Yeah, Maryland is fake. Russia Today correspondent.
I'm literally convinced that nobody over the age of 13 watches his show. Same with you, Derek. Your show sucks. Okay, so, and this is not where it just ends here as well. But you have Jon Stewart like saying the same thing. This is the leftist, the left wing godsend. I wish he would run for president. He's literally the smartest person ever. I'm starting to think that like all these people, they just read headlines and they're like, okay, Maryland man, he must be a Maryland man. So here's what Jon Stewart thinks of this illegal. And again, we went through all the court documents. The guy literally beat his wife and his wife put out a court order against him. Now she wants him back like every abused victim does. And that you're like, why are you still with that abuser? And she's like, he's gonna change. Things are different this time. And the Democrats are like, yeah, see, his wife wants him back here. And you're like, she looks like she's being held hostage. Like, what is happening? I thought you guys were like, believe all women, except for if you're a wife of an MS-13 member. I can never underestimate how retarded Democrats are. Okay, here's Jon Stewart.
When the president of El Salvador, Bukele, came and sat with President Trump, there is a gentleman from Maryland that they say is a terrorist.
Okay, I'm going to play a whole clip, but I swear to God, there's nothing that triggers me more about this story than he's from Maryland. He's a Maryland man. He's a Maryland man. He's from Maryland. He's a Maryland man. He's a Maryland man. He's from Maryland. He's a Maryland man. He's a Maryland man. And then all of a sudden you're like talking to people and you're like, did you hear about Donald Trump deporting that Maryland man? The Maryland man? Do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Maryland man? The Maryland man? Yes, he lives on Drury Lane. Do you know the Maryland man? The Maryland man? The Maryland man? Do you know the Maryland man who lives in El Salvador? I just can't with these Maryland man stuff. I get full credit for bringing up the issue of media manipulation. Yeah, me too. I just can't with this Maryland. It's literally media manipulation, calling him the Maryland man over and over again. Is there they take these little cues, constitutional crisis. Like that's the other one the Democrats are constantly saying. We're having a constitutional crisis. We're literally having a constitutional crisis. It's a crisis that's attached to the Constitution. And you're like, what does that mean? I don't know, but we're having one. You know what I mean? Do you get it? We're literally having a Okay. I'm sorry.
When the president of El Salvador, Bukele, came and sat with President Trump, there is a gentleman from Maryland that they say is a terrorist and is MS-13, but they've offered no compelling proof of such other than, I guess he has a Chicago Bulls hat. Which, by the way, as a Knicks fan, I am not against
so funny
sending people to prison camps for being fans of the Chicago Bulls. That's not, please don't misunderstand.
Jon Stewart is in favor of sending Bulls fans to prison camps.
I just want due process for these types of actions. When
if we need due process, even though he was due processed and everyone agreed he was part of MS-13 and they're a terrorist organization. You know what? MS-13 isn't necessarily a terrorist organization in America, though. So if they're a terrorist organization in another world, it's different, right? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, totally. He's a Maryland man, after all. Look, MS-13 starts with an M. Maryland starts with an M. They're all Maryland men. Can we reframe and MS-13 is no longer called MS-13. It's being rebranded as Maryland Men. When you refer to yourself as MS-13, you're referring to Maryland Men everywhere. Stewart is an idiot. I don't think they read headlines. Yeah, he is an idiot. But my favorite, too, is you watch Fox News interview people that live in literal Maryland and what they think about this. And I love, too, that it's like the first two people are like some black women, and they about to spit it. They aren't home back.
He was living in Maryland, designated MS-13 terrorist, and Donald Trump deported him. How does that make you feel?
I feel safer.
He gotta go. He gotta go.
Need to go. I mean, that's it.
But he was a father.
But he's still a terrorist.
Okay. I mean, but there's children living without fathers now.
He should have picked and choose, so he picked to be a terrorist instead of worrying about his children.
The Democrats, they want him back. They say he was wrongfully deported. He has a wife and a kid who's just...
Who is this guy? I think this is a MS-13 member right here. Who the frick is this guy? Where in the world is MS-13 man? Is this Carmen Sandiego's biological son? What is this shirt, too? You got your little tie-up. Oh, my God, that's so cute. Okay. Oh, there you go, Derek, making fun of people. What they wear. Never. I love what he's wearing.
They say he was wrongfully deported. He has a wife and a kid who's a citizen. They're calling this a national emergency. Is this a national emergency?
I wouldn't call it national emergency. We got more things going on.
We have more things, more fish to fry.
I just found out about it, so I don't think so. What kind of national emergency? For what? What is the emergency for?
Ain't no national emergency, no.
He was accused of hitting...
Ain't no national emergency. I'm with that guy. Ain't no national emergency. Not up in here. Not up in here.
his wife twice and was a suspected human smuggler. Was he wrongfully deported?
No, he need to go.
If he's a smuggler, yeah, he need to be deported.
It's better to be...
I don't think any of these people know the story at all. I love it. I love that. Was that real? Yes, it's real.
safe than sorry.
Your senator here, Chris Van Hollen, he flew to El Salvador where this guy was deported. He met with them, had lunch with them, had margaritas on the table. What's up with your senator?
I have no idea, but I do believe that was a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Margaritas.
You agreeing with somebody whooping their wife, turn...
Did he actually go to the women's side Belk? Oh my God. Dude, I haven't been to Belk in a minute. Where's Laura Chen? I have no idea.
Where you live, then you don't need to live here either.
Senator Van Hollen, you need to come see me, Mr. Coley, because you doing like that. You need to take care of home before you go to other states.
He went to El Salvador.
Oh, that's another country, excuse me.
What has Senator Chris Van Hollen ever done for you?
Nothing.
Nothing. For me, nothing.
Nothing that I know of.
He ain't do me. I can admit that.
I've never even heard of this
He's admitting that. I'm man enough to say it.
person.
Do you want Kilmar Abrego Garcia, this quote-unquote Maryland dad, living back in Maryland?
No. No.
No. No.
Not if he's doing trafficking, no. Why the I want somebody like that back? No.
What is your message to the Democrats who really want him back in your community?
Why would you want that in my community? Bring it to your community and see how long you like it up there. Leave.
Oh no, the Maryland man is not working like they thought it would work. It's all crashing before your eyes, and it's beautiful to see.